Every time a foreigner moves here, they say the same things. I'm here because of the nature, the surroundings are so nice, the people are so welcoming, the prices are so cheap. But let's be honest for a second. Come on. Those are rarely the real reasons. Because when you see who is actually landing here, you start noticing a pattern. These guys are not here to integrate. They are running away from reality back home, and they are desperate to find something here they could never get back there. And it is actually quite dark. So let's talk about why are they really here? Beneath those beach pictures and videos, a completely different crowd is taking over. What we are witnessing right now isn't a wave of normal tourists and peaceful retirees. There is a silent demographic shift happening across these islands. A specific wave of men landing here who operate completely differently than the stories they try to sell. Many locals and long-termers notice something feels off on a surface level, but very few realize how widespread and serious it's actually getting. Almost nobody is talking about where this mindset actually comes from or the specific dynamic they are trying to force onto this country. I haven't just observed this from afar. I've spent the last 2 decades moving through nearly every corner of Asia, watching how these expat ecosystems form, mutate, and eventually break. Whether they flew straight out of the West or drifted here after getting filtered out of places like Thailand, Vietnam, and Bali, the pattern is always identical. What is happening right now in the Philippines isn't random. It's the final stop on a long global pipeline, and I've never seen it worse. Manipulative, unpredictable, and deeply frustrated. These are figures who were either sidelined back home or flat out pushed out of surrounding countries in Asia, landing here under the delusion that their behavior will finally be tolerated. Back home, they were completely invisible, but the moment their currency converts, that built-in frustration doesn't disappear, it turns into an unearned, toxic sense of authority. You see it everywhere in the daily dynamic, leveraging severe economic disparities to purchase affection and compliance from young local women they could never command back home, while convincing themselves it's genuine. It's the petty scams, the total disrespect toward local service workers, and a god complex that demands absolute attention. They treat the culture like a background set for their personal fantasy, taking advantage of local hospitality and economic gaps and calling it lifestyle freedom. But beneath that posturing, that sense of dominance is dangerously fragile. Deep down, these men are actually aware of their own irrelevance, that outside of this artificial bubble, they have no real substance, charm, or character to hold anyone's respect. The moment that illusion is challenged, the second a local refuses to play along or a woman stops validating their ego, that easygoing act completely vanishes. The entitlement turns into raw hostility, exposing a deeply bitter figure lashing out at the world for refusing to worship them. And that is exactly why their time here is running out. Filipinos are noticing. The passive tolerance these men relied on for years is rapidly wearing thin, replaced by sharper awareness and growing refusal to take the disrespect. The solution isn't going to come from appealing to their conscience, because these men didn't come here to integrate, they came here to exploit. The real shift is already happening. Local communities and stronger boundaries are cutting off the leverage they depended on, because changing their latitude doesn't fix a toxic character, and the Philippines is rapidly closing the door on being anyone's last resort.